Welcome back to the channel. Thanks for visiting with us today. In this video, I want to talk about the Red Rover 6 Plus, and we're finally reached the 50-mile mark on that bike, and just pass along some observations about what I've experienced, and most of those are positive. There are, of course, always a few negatives, but anyway. I want to talk about that and hopefully get your feedback and thoughts on that from other owners out there in the Rad Rover world. First topic I want to talk about is rideability, and in that category, you can talk about the speed of the bike, the comfort of the bike, and of course the safety of the bike, which I would focus on brakes there. So that would be that's a broad area, but one that has really jumped out at me as I've ridden the bike over the very short time period that I've had it. So let's talk about comfort. The original equipment bike seat was not very comfortable, and in most cases I hear other e-bike riders say, hey, I did have to replace the seat. And in this case, yes, I did. I put the Cloud9 seat on the bike, and that made a big difference. I don't have a post that is flexible per se, but the seat itself made a big difference on the bike as far as comfort is concerned. Um, Moving along to the speed of the bike. The bike has a 26-inch wheel on it. I found a huge difference between that and the smaller circumference on the wheel in the electric bike family, which is 20 inches. The bike seems to glide along. It seems to be just more responsive and comfortable as you drive it, I believe because of the size of the wheel. And I think this would be true for any bike in this category. One other item to talk about regarding speed is when you're going downhill, the bike seems to really, on its own, gain a lot of speed. That's a PAS 0. Um, it really goes fast, and by that I mean up to 35 miles an hour, depending on the hill that you're going down. I've been amazed by that, and I think that's two factors. One is the size of the bike, i.e., the weight, the length of the bike, and then the circumference of the tires. She really takes off going down hills much faster than the other bike that I've got. We're just talking about speed, but without good braking, you could really have a problem. And one of the reasons I purchased this bike is because it has the hydraulic brakes on it, and to date they really work great. So we're going to be monitoring that, seeing what kind of maintenance is required, and to keep them up to speed. But right now, very positive, very big improvement over the mechanical brakes. Last thing I'd like to talk about regarding rideability is the battery life on the vehicle. So far, the battery seems to be performing better than the one on the electric bike. I don't know why that is, whether it's me getting smarter and better as a rider or whether it's a better battery. But so far, I'm getting excellent range out of the battery. I do like the battery indicator on the vehicle. You got a couple of spots you can see where your battery life's at. You can also look at the voltage like you do on the electric e-bike. So battery life, I think so far a positive. We've got a long way to go to test that and see where we're at. It is obviously easier to remove than the folding bike. So I was gone away one time in the past 3 weeks, and before leaving, I just took the battery out of the bike, took it inside the house, and I set it in a nice, cool, dry place. So I think that is also helpful with battery life. All right, to wrap this up, let's talk about a few things that have been a minor, but here they are. First of all, plastic fenders. To me, that's just plain tacky. I prefer an aluminum fender, something with a little bit more sturdiness in it, but I'm sure they went the plastic fender route to A, save money, and B, maybe save weight. They're just not my favorite. That's a very minor thing. Display controls and display size. To be honest, I like the controls on the electric XP20 better. I think I've mentioned this before. I don't like the dual screens. It just doesn't appeal to me. The central display is way too small. I prefer the larger screen, and to me, just a better all-in-one solution on the electric brand of bike. Finally, service. Service online to me is not as good as it should be. The service that I've had done to the bike, I ended up having to take to the bike shop. Solutions have not been easily generated from the Rad Power Bike website. So I would like to see some improvement there. Hopefully, we won't have any more issues to deal with, so that won't have to be used. But I think electric does a better job there in that regard.